All right, folks, welcome back to Nino's Corner.tv. This is going to go on YouTube for sure. I always have to discuss the terms and conditions with my guests before we get on so we don't say anything stupid and get bombed. But I'm with Chris ERYX, aka Baby Trump. And we're promoting The Reckoning, which is what date's it? August 27th, 28th?
Yes.
August 27th, 28th in Dallas, Texas. Where in Dallas is a big place.
So it's Mesquite, Texas. It's the Mesquite Convention Center, 15 minutes outside of Dallas, 15 minutes from the airport. That's why we got people coming from almost every single state. It's insane.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. I've had a lot of people like already ask, like, when's this going down? What's going to happen? Now I got to ask you, what do I need to do on this thing? What am I going to be doing here? So I'm showing up in the flesh, baby, but I don't. What's going to be my role? I have to speak? You're going to make me speak?
Dude, first of all, man, Nino, I love you, man. You know, I wasn't like you. I was an ex-Golden Glove boxer at 153 pounds soaking wet. But I remember watching you. Do you remember like we were doing like outside, like before you were like Nino Rodriguez, right?
Yeah.
You were outside and I think you were talking about, conspiracy things that were going on. This is like when you first started out, like alleyways and stuff. And I was like, who's that dude? And then I remember you boxing and I was like, man, this dude is just telling straight out, whether you like it or not in the feelings game, like singing Kumbaya by a campfire, but just telling it like, and what I love is you never sucker punch people. You just look them dead in the eye and just boom, hit them with the truth. And so first and foremost, I just want to tell you that you and I spoke on the phone about.
There's no time. You know, I just saw Sylvester Stallone in a video talking about like, hey, Sylvester Stallone, are you a Trump supporter? I don't talk politics, And I was thinking to myself, stop that shit, man. It's not time for that. Now we're picking a lane, and it's honest. It's like, I don't talk politics. Yeah, but listen, man, this is a moment in history where you're going to be remembered for what you do. And that's where we're at. And I commend you for putting stuff like this together. And let me tell you, Chris, this is the first event I'm going to.
I know.
I haven't done this yet, dude. This is a first one.
I know. And listen, I revere you so much. I've got you hanging over Lake Dallas.
Holy shit.
on a billboard.
I'm surprised my friends have been hitting me up and they're like, what the
fuck? You and Juan Savin and Mike Lindell and what I love about this is, when you and I first talked about this, you were the very first one I thought of because it's like, it's in Texas, you're Texas's own. I mean, how can I do an event and not have somebody like you there? And then it just all came together and dude, it's just been God's blessing all over this. We'll talk and I'll tell you some things you'd be like, no way, like this is crazy. But you said something, when we talked, you said, Chris, this is going to be like a fighting match. Like, I want to come out to a song. I'm like, yeah, dude, like put boxing gloves on.
Yeah,
because that's why
I'm coming out of my robe. I'm not trying to sell cheese, dog. No, but I mean, I gotta have my music playing before I get out there on the stage, brother. We're changing the game, dude. We're gonna change the game. But let me get started first. First and foremost, how did you get the name Baby Trump? Because you look at nothing. You're far from a baby. Like, what's going on here?
So this is crazy. So on I was just talking to Tracy Jacob on January 6th, right? I was at the Ellipse. It was at VIP, and it was freezing, dude. It was so damn cold, and of course, I'm not wearing a coat because
you were in Washington.
Yeah, January 6th. People don't even know this about me, and this is how I got my nickname.
But are you?
I'm not, because here's why. I have video that was on Right Side Broadcasting News, Fox News, OAN, that puts me at the Ellipse at that time, which is great. So it saved my ass.
Yeah, it did.
But I had two buses that went to DC from Pittsburgh that I set up with people to go to the, to the Capitol, unfortunately, and 3 of them got arrested. But what I want to tell everybody is, you know, you never know what's happening, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm freezing cold, we're waiting for Trump to come out. I'm hanging out with David Harris Jr., Alex Jones was there, Clay Clark sat right in front of me. And Vanessa and his producers came up and said, "Who are you? We like your look." I said, "Oh, you know," at that time, I think I had 260 subscribers on my podcast, right? I was a nobody. And I said, "Oh, I have a little podcast, Flex the Truth." You know, I said, "I am a former Chippendale dancer and I had a show on HG."
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got pictures. I'll show them to you. So,
I don't know if I want to see those.
no, that would be my thong, dude.
Fucking jumping around in a banana hammock.
So we're sitting there and I'm freezing. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get everybody to start dancing. So YMC came on. I start doing YMCA. Everybody's dancing.
Oh,
yeah. The village people from, right, the 80s.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Right Side Broadcasting has me dead center and Fox News, 3.5 minutes of me dancing.
No.
They put Mike Lindell, you know, his My Pillow.
Yes.
So instead of putting his ad up, they literally put it on the left and have me in the center. You're welcome, Mike.
That is awesome, dude.
So now I don't even know this is going on. I have no idea because they jammed our phones.
Right.
So I get a call from Clay right before Tulsa, and he's like, "Hey, listen, man, I know it's, you know, you don't have a lot of time. I'm doing this big event, Tulsa, 4,500 people. I don't know what I want you to do. I just want to introduce the world to you, to Chris ERYX. We just think you're a great dude." I was like, "Okay, no problem." Went out there, didn't know what I was going to do, right? I just went out there and had no idea. When I walked in, all of his department, 30, 40 employees were like, "There's baby Trump." And I was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And they're like, "You." And I go, "Me?" What I didn't realize is that video, if you guys look it up right now, if you go on Donald Trump's Facebook, Right Side Broadcasting News put that video under Trump. That was his last post, because remember, the next day they burnt him.
Yeah.
So because they burned him, they burnt me. I've been burned 4 times on Facebook, 2 times on Instagram. Yeah, 2 times on Instagram, 2 times on
You're talking
YouTube.
about your account being just bombed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And that's what's crazy about my YouTube channels. I survived the purges, you know, but I walk a fine line, dude. Like I don't, man, it's hard. It's hard because I want to say so much shit, but I just leave it for Nino's Corner.tv and my Rumble channel now. But this is gonna go on YouTube 100%. So how did you get started in promoting these shows? Like, is this the first one you're doing, or have you done?
No, so it's a great question. So started out with Clay and just really serving the speakers, taking care of them, bringing them up on stage, making sure they were okay. And then all of them, Patrick Byrne, Mike Lindell, you know, Linwood, Ann Vandersteel, Scott McKay, all of them, and we all became friends. And I just really served them and looked after them. Well, Clay brought me on stage not once, twice that day. The second time he brought me up, Nino, God was talking to me. And I was dancing, I was throwing shirts out, and everybody was like hooping it up. And God said, "Stop the music." So I looked at Clay and I was like, "Stop the music." I think he had a heart attack. And I walked over and I grabbed the mic from him. And he just stood there, and I was like, "Okay, how many people are sick and tired of being sick and tired?" People raise their hand. How many people sick and tired of being lied to? Raise their hand. I said, "Okay, now turn to your left or turn to your right. And you're going to see this, you're going to witness this, and you're going to love it. Hug one another." And so everybody's hugging, they're laughing, you know. And I said, "Okay, stop. We have been taught and lied to how to hug one another." And everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "When we hug one another, our heart is in the center, but it's over to the left a little bit, right? So when you go in and you hug somebody, we're going into them. How many times have we falsely hugged? You know, I call them air hugs, right? Just to be like,
heart is supposed to touch heart, right?
Correct. And that's what I do, Nino. What you have to do for the heart to touch the heart, you turn in, right? Because your heart's here and the other person's heart's on the other side. So you actually have to make a move and turn in. Now you connect the hearts, hold it for 20, 30 seconds, because I was just telling Tracy, our bodies are made of frequency. So the hearts are like magnets. And what happens is they connect heart to heart. And what happens is the person usually lays their head on your shoulder like a baby.
Yeah.
Like a baby's toddle. And usually I tell them I love them, but Jesus Christ loves them more. So I am known internationally of showing people how to hug the right way and how to love one another. But it's crazy, Nate. I know what you're talking about when you talk about,
and they bomb your account.
And the guy who's teaching people how to love one another, teach you how to hug. But, Nino, on the same token, still telling the truth, right? Talking about it, achrome, talking about ouchie fauci's, still talking about that, but letting people know that, man, they're even teaching us the way that we act towards one another, because they don't want us to love one another.
6 feet away, 6 feet away, keep your face diaper on, be paranoid all the time. It's insanity. Because
they want that. Think about it. When you get in the ring with somebody, right? How many times have you got in the ring with somebody and you had to mentally hate them? You would have mentally
every time. Believe it or not,
every time. Sometimes there was a dude I liked, and I'm like, I can find something I don't like about this. But I
didn't have to psych myself. It came naturally to me. I always had those killer instincts. I was always like, I want to fuck this guy up. Like, I just love doing it. It was like
in the gym. Like, I'm in the gym. That's what I'm thinking. Like, some dude with my girl. I'm you know what I mean? When you're trying to get that last rep up, because you gotta get that killer instinct, right?
Yes, you
do. And so that killer instinct, that's what we have to have for one another, but we have to have that where we're going to raise one another up. Do you know, I'm getting slack because my picture isn't on that billboard. And they're like, why would you do an event and not have your picture? I go, you know why? Because those are the three dudes that I revere. And those are the three dudes that the people revere. It's not about me. It's about the people. It's not even about this.
You're a smart promoter, my man. You're a smart promoter. You got a future in this. Donkey style.
and dude, you know what? And Dean, like promoting, right? It's not about so much the match. And then you have the beginning, right? You have the amateurs all the way up to the heavyweight, right? But they promote all of them as if that was the major ticket.
King Kong versus Godzilla. That's what you gotta do all the fights,
all the time, Neen, all the time.
So how are tickets going right now?
Phenomenal. So the brunch, which is going to be, so I stole this from Clay. I wish he did it every event. You're going to love this. But what happens is on Sunday at 11:30, we're going to have a brunch. We're going to make us omelets and French toast and everything, a la carte. And then we're going to watch his musical that's being filmed for a movie, Great Awakenings. That's limited. And we're going to hang out with only the VIP people that purchase that ticket and really get to hear what they thought about the event the day before. And that for us, as influencers and what we do, that is going to be an experience that we've never had before at an event. I know I've never had it for a year and a half. Now, Clay did it. He did it with just the speakers. And I was like, man, I love this. He did it at Tulsa. I included VIP people. So those tickets will be sold out by this weekend. Wow. So the only things that are left are VIP, and there's about half of them. There's only 1,000 VIPs. That's it. Not 1,001. Not, hey, my granny wants to come, from Arkansas, please put a seat. No, we're at 1,000. Once it hits 1,000, that's it. So, after going on your show, going on Jaco's show, supposed to be going on.
Is Jaco going to be there?
Jaco is not. I'm going to invite him. I'm gonna
Man, I wish
definitely
he would. I'd
invite
love to
him.
see Jacob, man. He's a good dude,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But let me just say this. So 107, 107 is gonna the mystery. He's not a mystery anymore. Not a mystery anymore. Laura Logan, Mel K, tentatively. We think she's gonna be there. Dr. Stella, Mike Lindell. This is a huge lineup, dude. This is an all-star lineup.
You got Billy
myself.
Falcon yourself. You got Billy Falcon, dude.
Billy Falcon. How could I forget Billy Falcon? The song, you know, I did a cameo.
Warrior, yeah, on Warrior.
And they're doing Blame Brandon, and that's going to be premiering. Well, that's premiering tonight.
He's premiering.
Till afterwards.
And he's going to play that at the Reckoning Fest. And you know, Nino. He's going to play that. He's going to play your song, Warrior. Sherwood. He's playing Never Surrender. I mean, we got some real.
Nice guy, dude.
Oh, dude.
He's a sweetheart, bro.
He calls me every other day, Chris. Anything I could do? Anything I could do? How we doing? How we doing? You know,
he's amazing, man.
Yeah, and that's what we need. We need more people like you, oh my gosh, 107. I mean, if I don't talk to him for 2 days, I get like Juan withdrawal. I'm like, last time I didn't talk to you.
Everything's okay, Juan.
Are you alive? You know?
How's it going?
But
that guy's just that fuck all. You know, I gotta say, since I quit drinking 2.5 years, coming up on 3 years, 2 years and 8 months since I quit, right, bro? The people that I brought into my life, because I'm vibrating it. I believe in all, frequencies of vibration. I'm at a different level. I'm vibrating. I've lost a lot of friends, but oh well.
So
the new people I've met in this movement: 107, Laura Logan, Mel K, Jaco, Scott McKay, now you. I mean, this is an awesome tribe to be a part of, and that's why I decided, like, I'm going to come to this event. I'm going to do it because I keep getting emails from people. How come you don't make any appearances anywhere? Why don't you do this? And I'm like, dude, the climate's too sensitive. But then I thought about it. I'm like, shit, man, I gotta walk the walk. I gotta start. I'm here preaching on my YouTube, and I gotta get out there and see some people, shake some hands, and you're the first event I'm going to do this at. I'm going to do it at the Reckoning.
Yeah. And Nino, you said, do I have to talk? I told you, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you stand there and you sit there and you shadow, but I don't care what you do as long as you're there. I told you that. But I think that you don't give yourself enough credit, because when you speak, people, remember E.F. Hutton? Yeah. Remember there was a commercial? That's how you are. When you speak, people, like, there's a dude, Chris Mays, that actually is your fan that I met in San Antonio, actually did the graphic work for my logo. But when you speak, it's so powerful. It's almost like
I just feel it. I'm passionate.
You jab, and then you just come across sometimes, and I don't think but you just uppercut and boom, people are like, whoa. And it's not for the faint at heart, just like when I speak, but that's not the game we're in. We're not in the game.
And people need to know that this is the end game. Who wins this gets the whole, this is the Casino Royale, like Juan says. This is for all the marbles. We don't have time to sit around and be like, oh, I can't offend that person. I can't say this. That's how they muzzle you. It's not just the face typer. It's also political correctness. Don't offend that person. Don't offend this person. Because they know that the agendas they're pushing out, if you say anything, that's the way they're censoring you. If you say anything against it, ooh, you're a bigot. You're a white supremacist. That's how they're doing. That's the game they're playing.
Yep. And we have Sheila Holmes. Sheila Holmes wants me to ask you, by the way. Yeah, she called me this morning. She's like, Chris, you never believe what I found. She's in Gettysburg with Rob and Jamie. And she was telling me, she's like, tell Nino, when can I have the third appearance?
yeah. Look, tell her I'll bring it. Dude, I'll text her right when I'm done with this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She's cool. She's a wealth of knowledge.
She is.
I forgot about her, man. I got to call her.
Yeah, we did a prophetic event up in Gettysburg, her and I, and we just hit it off. It was absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, she's going to be there as well. Gene Ho's going to be there. I mean, there's so many people that you go, conservative and Gene Ho is going to be there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You know, the new editor for George Magazine, you know, so, you know, Judy Mikovits.
Judy Mikovits is going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
She's huge, bro. She's powerful. I've had her on my show a few times. Wow.
Yep. I mean, we've got some serious, and Pastor Greg Locke is opening the event.
Wow. Pastor Greg Locke. Okay.
So at 10 a.m., so Nino, I go to the event.
So you're
center,
like,
right?
you're just as big as the Reawakening tour with this, the Reckoning. I mean, I like the name,
So,
but this is like
the Reckoning Fest. Yeah, this is, I've already had speakers ask me if I'm going to do this again. Here's what I'm going to say. After we do this event, I'm going to know. The speakers will tell me, the vendors are going to tell me. Jeff Crier is emceeing it. I'm not even emceeing, and everybody's like, well, why aren't you emceeing? Because usually I MC the events. I'm serving the speakers. I'm going to make sure Nino gets on stage. I'm going to make sure Nino's okay. I'm going to take Nino when he's done and bring him through the media run so that he can get the right interviews done, right? And the right people. Epic Times yesterday contacted me. So yeah, so we're probably going to get main, especially with, you know, Laura now, having Laura Logan.
Huge. Epic Times is enormous, dude. They're one of the biggest. But you know what, man? Are you going to do a Texas tour, or are you just feeling this one out and then you're going to go from there?
I'm going to listen to you guys. I'm really going to sit there. I mean, Dr. Sherwood, I had him on my show the other day. He's like, Chris, you're going to do another one. You're going to do a couple of these.
I have a feeling, but you got the charisma. You got it going for you, dude. I think you're going to do it. And you got the brains. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think you'll do it maybe El Paso? This is Beto O'Rourke land, right?
Listen,
I think
I will.
El Paso,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Bro, I used to pack the house here when I used to fight, man. And so like something different, or, you know, something, you know, like, do you know how many people here in El Paso despise that guy, that know what's going on? Bro, we would pack an event here. Event.
Yeah, I've had a couple of your fans. Oh, and by the way, I don't have 30 minions like Clay does. Yeah. So when people call me, I pick up the phone, I talk to them.
Oh boy.
And you know, I get to hear what they're saying. And a lot of times they don't know it's me. They don't know it's Baby Trump. Wow. And I go, it's Baby Trump. And they're like, oh my gosh. And they start sending me pictures of events that we were at. Oh, wow. Cindy Hill, a big fan of yours. I'm gonna say her name, you know, just sent me a picture of me and her with Mel K. Yeah, with Mel K in Tampa when I did the meet and greet with Dave and Stacy. And that's when I met Mel K.
Huge.
Yeah,
I'm proud that I'm doing this. I'm happy I'm doing this. Juan is the one that connected us, right?
Yep, Juan connected. So what I did, Dave, I first went through you. And then you were like, man, and can I just say this about you? Yeah. I revere you. I went through it with my mom and dad. I lost my mom and dad 6 months apart 4 years ago. So when you said, hey, I'm taking care of my parents and they come first and foremost, I was like, dude, man, you know, you're my dude, because I know what that means.
It's tough.
Yeah, and it's tough. And your dog, you know, I text you about that too. And, you know, because we almost forget about why we're doing this, right? We're doing this so we do have more time with our family. You spent time with your sister the other day, right? Yeah. You know, and I said, enjoy it, enjoy your family, because that's what we're here for, to enjoy our family.
It's all that matters. But
it's the only thing that matters. And because there's going to be a day when it's gone. But then what happened, this is crazy. I had Juan's number in my phone and yours for a year. You and I spoke with Andrew still. I never called you.
Okay.
I never called Juan. I kept it in my phone. I never called you guys. I never got on your show or anything. And then I asked you, because then I was going to get Juan. And then you were like, I don't know, I can take care of my parents, you know? And then I got Juan. I'm like, Chris, just pick up the phone and talk to Juan. And I talked to Juan for 2.5 hours.
Dude, that guy, I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. He talks to everybody for hours. Dude, my ass cheeks go numb during the fucking podcast. I'm like, God. Like, I'm like, dude, I gotta go. And in the middle of a Bible story, I'm like,
Is there any time when he's never in a Bible story?
Right, dude.
So,
I'm like, wait, I'm getting taught. I mean, I'm going to school.
and so listen, so how I decided on Juan is my buddy Dave Summerall from Bloody Hill, Stop the Hate.
Oh, okay.
I've been friends with him over a year, year and a half.
How is that
and
doing?
So good. He's coming. He's gonna speak. And then I was like, Dave, I got Juan's number. Should I call him? He's like, Chris, call him. You'll love him. He's your dude. And I called him and he's like, I'm in. I love this. And, he talked about, Dave, this being, you're going to have the pit thing with Greg Phillips this weekend, which, I'm trying to get involved in, especially if it's in Texas here. And then guess what? You have our event literally right after that. And then you're going to have the shit that hits the fan.
But no, but you're right. The thing is this, though, I think, and Juan thinks, and I know now, I think Juan's canceling all events after this one.
Yes.
I think he's canceling all events after this one. So, like, dude, that says a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I've asked him, I go, hey, man, I got a music festival I'm going to be going to in October, ACL. He's like, yeah, well, I'm like, whoa, dude. Like, he's not saying what, but he's letting me know, like, think twice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think there were a couple other people that were going to have events. And he told them, no, I wouldn't have them in October. My buddy's having one. Well, it's Gerald Flynn and Patrick Byrne, because they were going to have it in Houston the same day as mine. And they got canceled from the church. So they pushed it back to October. And I just told Chris, I'll help you out.
Oh, they pushed it to October?
They pushed it to October.
See, dude, I'm hearing it's like the big game, dude, the main event. This is like, I feel it. And I think as athletes, especially me as a fighter, I feel like energy, bro. And especially now that I'm sober, and I can sense that we're coming into some rough waters, man, these next 2 months. And then
see it.
Mid-September.
It's everything is starting to just line up,
dude.
Like we were told, like we were told. It's not like, oh, this just happened by accident. No, everything that we were told was going to happen is really starting to line up. And I mean, the other day, what they did in Mar-a-Lago, I mean, that right there is just to get our feathers ruffled.
Dude, that's a good thing in my opinion, because they used to do all this shit in the dark of night, in the dark. Now it's in the light, bro. And now everyone's watching this going, nah, not gonna happen. Not in America. Because before, I just got off with Ammon Bundy, and he talked about how they went to go seize his ranch and brought in like an artillery and like tried to take him out at the ranch. And he got the media behind. Well, he started doing his Facebook live or Facebook post or whatever, and he became huge in the media. And then all of a sudden, all cameras are there. And that's what saved him. So this, with Trump being in the look, if they go after Trump, we're all fair game. We're all fair game. So watching this in horror is waking people up. This is gonna be to their demise, bro. This is it. It's over for them. It's once you wake up the masses, all the Trump supporters, you're done. You're done. Count your days, because you're done now.
Yeah, and even the ones that were even on the fence, Nino, I think that's what I said to Juan last night. Those are the ones that I think that just hopped over, because they're like, if it happened to him, it's going to happen to us.
And that's scary, bro. But it's been happening like this. And here's the other thing. It's the great exposing. This is it. They're getting exposed. We're all watching now. So that being said, bro, the reckoning, folks, you want to be there. What's the dates again?
August 27th is the day of the speakers. Look, there's gonna be a lot of surprises. Just added Laura Logan, obviously. There's gonna be more added. And there's gonna be a huge shock and awe moment. I can't tell you about it, but it's an event where you go, man, I should have been there. Yep. And I should have been there. I don't care. I mean, look, it's $100 for a ticket. You use NINO, capital NINO, you get 10% off. So I mean, $90, and you're gonna get to meet all these people. You're gonna get autographs. I know he's gonna have the limited amount of the Storm. He's gonna autograph it. That's gonna be fun. I don't know if we're gonna have a silhouette of him.
Oh man. Maybe he must do some more work on his face like he did the last time. I mean, dude. I
In
mean,
Vegas.
yeah, bro. I was like, what the? I was looking at him like, what is this? What is this that
We
we're
should-
doing right now?
Nino, we should all, in honor of Juan, wear prosthetics on our face when we talk on stage.
I'll do it. I don't even care, bro. Anything goes with me now, bro. So, folks, this is Chris ERYX promoting The Reckoning, August 27th to 28th.
Yep, 27, 28 tickets are going fast. They'll be sold out by this weekend. That's the brunch and the musical. It's being filmed for a movie. So I tell people, dress your patriotic best. There's going to be a contest for best patriotic male dress, best female dress. And look, you never know who's going to be there. Like, you never know who's going to be in that audience. Everybody in that building. So I'm looking for vendors too. Have a couple of spots for vendors, and also 2 spots for sponsorships. And Nino, I was just told last night that I should ask for one sponsor. If there's one sponsor out there that wants to have naming rights for this event, please get a hold of me at flexthetruth@yahoo.com.
Is there like sponsor packages?
Yes, yeah, it starts at 500 and ends at 2,000. I mean, it's very, and you get VIP. Cool. Yeah. So
I might take you up on that, my man.
Yeah, it's worth it, and I'll take care of you too.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's one. We're gonna do one naming right. So it'll be, whatever. Say like David Nino's Corner sponsors the Reckoning Fest, right? So you'll have your logo, you'll have all that. So yeah, I mean, and listen, I can't wait to meet you, Nino, in person. I mean, we have so much in common. I mean, Billy's
all my friends are in Dallas, by the way. All my good friends are in Dallas. I'm gonna invite all of them.
So Nino, you asked the question. You said, what am I gonna do? What do you want me to do? I don't know about you, but for me, when I walked up those 3 stairs into the ring, that was my why. So in literally 3 seconds, while I walked up those stairs, I was thinking, why do I want to get my head bashed in? Why do I want to risk my life, right? And I'm sure you've done that, right? Yeah. So when you're there and you're going up, just think, why am I doing this? Just why am I doing this? And once you get that why, then you're in fighter mode, right? And then you're ready for the TKO. So I'm excited. I met a lot of your fans.
The most important thing that I want to speak about is the spiritual battle that we're in. That's what I want to talk about.
Ooh. Yeah.
What we're getting ready to go into, and we need to be ready. And most importantly, spiritually. So I'll talk on that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have a list of the speakers when they're on, what they're going to talk about. We're going to have food trucks. How long is
the event during the day? Like the 27th, how long?
It goes from 8:30 is the VIP. So at 8:30, doors open for VIP. You'll actually have your own entrance, and then general admission opens up at 9.
Okay.
10 a.m. Pastor Locke hits the stage, and we rock and roll.
Just start going.
And we go to 8. Depending on now, that we got Lara now, so it might go a little later, and then we go right into meet and greet, right there. Beautiful. with the speakers.
That's gonna be wonderful. You're gonna make me wear a suit.
Listen, Neen, you don't have to wear a suit. Just wear whatever you want.
If I'm gonna speak, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna dress up a little bit.
Dude, you'll look good. Don't worry. And you look good in a garbage bag, so don't worry about it.
Hey, how many hours do you spend in a tanning booth?
Oh man, listen. Well, I live in Texas, so I try to get vitamin D.
I'm pale. I'm Mexican. You're like,
I'm darker than you.
I used to be the dark one, and now I'm like milky white. Jesus, dude,
Dave, you're transparent. You're like glass.
I'm like, damn, I need to cut the light a little bit.
I'll make sure that the lighting is very, very dark on
I'm gonna go hit the tanning booth, dog. You're making me look bad. Hey, bro, thanks for coming on, Chris. You're awesome. The Reckoning, folks. The Reckoning. Be there or be square. This is for your country. This is for your country. 107, Laura Logan, Mike Lindell, Mel K, Dr. Stella, Sheila Holmes is going to be there, right? Pastor
Yep.
Greg Locke and myself. And I probably didn't mention a couple other names, but it's a
Right.
big lineup, folks. Chris, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Neen. I'll talk to you later on. God bless you guys.